Welcome to your new shopping normal. Gap is just among the latest retailers to announce its gradual reopening plan. We're going to see a little bit of a different experience when you go into those stores. So the retailer does plan to open 800 of its Gap, Old Navy, Banana Republic, Athleta, and other brand stores by the end of the month. 800 starting in Texas this weekend. The fitting rooms, though, those are going to be closed. The restrooms, too, so make sure you plan ahead. Returned merchandise, it's going to be quarantined effectively for 24 hours before it goes back out into the store. And like other retailers, Gap said it will enforce social distancing in stores, mask wearing for employees and shoppers. Plexiglass will be installed at checkout. Hand sanitizer will be at the door. It is unclear, though, how many of Gap's 80,000 furloughed workers in North America will end up coming back. The company just doesn't have a purview on that yet, but says that they will work within the staffing levels that they need if they need to fill in some of those gaps. And also, it's unclear how those employees will feel about enforcing some of these new procedures. Now, Gap does say that only 20% of its revenue comes from enclosed shopping malls. So that could help because shopper surveys do seem to indicate shoppers are more reluctant to go into an enclosed mall than they are an open air center or strip center kind of location. Gap will be shipping from 1,000 stores and offering curbside contactless pickup at 75 locations to get started, and that number will eventually ramp up. But it's going to be definitely a new experience. Back over to you all.
I didn't even think about the return issue. I mean, that is wild that they have to quarantine.
Yes.
I guess it makes sense. The returns. Courtney, Gap couldn't get people coming through its doors before this crisis. How do they expect they're going to be able to do that now when you have so many millions more unemployed and people, you know, some people at least afraid to go out?
Yeah. I think that is such a huge question, Sarah, for Gap and for others, right? It wasn't the only physical retailer that was struggling to entice shoppers to come to the store. So I think that they would sort of point us to the e-commerce operations, which have done fairly well for it, and they're trying to use those stores, obviously, also to help fulfill those orders. But this is going to be tough. Think about all the retailers that have spent so much money and time on the experience in store, and a lot of that now is kind of out the window, right? If you have to limit the number of people in store, if you really can't have a personal interaction because you have to stand far away from each other, no restrooms, no fitting rooms, this is going to be a tough sell.